everybody, this is Paul Hitchcock. I'm here with Fred Dawes, one of our great tax professionals, and it's that time of the season, getting ready for the tax deadline. So Fred, jumping right into it, everyone's wondering, double checking, what do you have to get together? What's important right now to get your taxes done? What's going on?
Well, thank you, Paul, for having me. Yeah, right now, I mean, we're going through a time period where all the individuals that have either sent money to you or you've earned income from over the years, they're sending you 1099s and they're sending you tax forms that you may just set them aside and that type of thing. So some of the best practices that I have for our clients in our practice is to find a nice envelope, a good size envelope, place on the front of it, just right on there, 2000 whatever, the year is, confidential tax information, put it in a place that's close to your mail. So as you're sorting through the mail and you get these 1099s, you can start putting those together into this envelope, keeping it in one spot. I know how confusing it can get, as you're trying to get everything ready for tax season. So a little organization is one of my best tips.
Absolutely. But Fred, what about if you get something like a K-1 that can be delayed, comes out later, you start getting nervous, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, so the dreaded K-1s. Lots of times companies have to get their information together to do their tax returns prior to you getting your K-1. So lots of times what I tell my clients is, okay, put all of your information together and we can go ahead and we can meet and we can get this process started, right, with what you have so far. This way, if there is anything that they need to know, let's say, for example, maybe they owe a little bit in tax or that type of thing, we're able to make an estimated payment prior to the extension due date to reduce any interest or penalties that may accrue based on that. So what we essentially do is we wait for that K-1 to come in. As soon as that K-1 comes in, we enter that into the system, have a final tax meeting, and they're done.
And what happens, you mentioned the extension, if somebody needs an extension more time, how does that work? Do you have to file the extension before the tax due date, and then how long does it give somebody?
Okay, so the general rules for extension is that you have to file that by April 15th, and that general extension will give you 6 additional months to file your tax return.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't preclude you or stop you from owing the taxes already. So that's why it's very important that maybe you and your tax advisor sit down, go over what you have so far in tax, maybe make a little bit of an estimate. This way, if you owe money, you can go ahead and pay that with a timely extension and avoid having to pay all the interest and penalties.
Got it. So my takeaway is right now, get organized, get your stuff together, consolidated, organized, and if you've got things that are coming in late, like a K-1, at least you can get started with you and start getting organized and start, getting the taxes done. And then if you do need an extension, make sure you get that in before the due date, and it gives you 6 months, and you go from there.
Absolutely, that you've got it. Those are some of the best practices that we have when we're working with our clients.
Great. Fred, as always, fantastic information. Thanks so much.
Definitely. Thanks, Paul.